Hey everybody, welcome back to NSB. We've got a little project going on the Super Bee in the trunk area. Rules state that if you relocate the battery in the trunk that you have to have a kill switch. And I do have a kill switch that I put on the car down here on the bumper. But I gotta get it wired up. So pretty much what I've done is I took the hot wire off, which was routed in the back of the car here, and went through a hole. So I pushed it back through the hole, so I'm gonna run it underneath the car to the switch, from the switch back to the battery. So nothing major, just something got to be done. Went and picked up some hardware. Got me some battery terminals with the screw on tops. Got another battery cable, being I'm lengthening this one. I actually went to Home Depot and got some pretty cool ends that bolt onto the cable, because I had to cut the other battery cable end off. It was pre-done, so that's pretty nice. Plus I got some other hot wires that's got to go to it, so that's going to let me put them all together on the switch on one side. So I guess first thing is I need to get the hot wire hooked to the switch, and then we can come up top and get it from the switch to the battery. So I need to raise the car on up, get underneath it. So I hit my battery cable, which is encased in a hose, and I'm going to cut the end off. Then I got another wire that runs my amp for the stereo system, and this is a hot wire that runs up front that runs a few things. So I got to get all three of these hooked together so I can get it on here. But before I do that, I got to get it through the hole up here in the body. I may have to, I don't know, we'll see what we can do here. So right now, I'm putting the battery cable that goes to the battery on first, so it'd be out of my way. It comes down from up top. And man, I ain't got much room to get my hand up in here with all this crap in the way. Oh, that's a tight squeeze. Alright, that should work. See how hard this is going to be to put up in there. I just want to see if I get it under how it's going to fit. That's going to work good. Unfortunately, this piece is so long, I'm going to have to ground these corners down because it wants to go over and touch the other wire, then the switch ain't going to work. So pretty much, we went from that to that. Made it nice and rounded off so it's not going to touch nothing. Next step is I got to get this all in here. All right. Them are on there pretty good. That's on there. Now the task of routing that and putting it on the switch. It's going to be fun. Let me show you what I was fighting up in that hole. That's what I was fighting up inside that car. Up in that hose. Getting this piece right here. And that bolt on there. Yeah, you can see I can barely get my hand up in there. That was a bitch. But it's in there now. So we're going to get the up top. Uh-oh, something told me I forgot a wire. As you can see, these, damn it, I did forget a wire. I hope not. It ain't gonna be easy to put on. Let me see. I do have garments so you don't burn out. This is the wire coming in. It's gonna go to the battery for heat and come up to the battery here. So now that I got the switch put in, I started the car up and I come back, did a test, turned the switch off. It should kill the car. Unfortunately, the car kept running and it took me a little bit to figure out why. A while back I was having problems with my EFI system that was on here. So they were saying, when I kept calling in, you know, questioning what's wrong with it, and they were asking questions, and they were saying that, you know, when you go to start your car, if the amps drop to a certain amps below a certain amount, that the EFI would go into like they had a limp mode because it's not getting the full voltage. So I did a little bit of work and ended up taking the alternator, the stock Chrysler alternator, the voltage regulator, all that's gone, and I went to a one-wire alternator with a built-in regulator. So what's happening is when I was killing this off, I had it dubbed in to where the starter, the main wire from the battery cable goes to the starter. So when I turned the switch off back here, the alternator was keeping the car running. So what I had to do is disconnect the alternator, which is just one wire, and dub that off, and take and run me a separate wire from the alternator straight to the battery. So all the alternator does when you start the car up is it charges the battery. Everything else runs off the battery. So, and then I come back, did a test, everything's working fine now. So that was a pretty good little job. I didn't put you all through that, me running on another wire. But so all I like now, everything's done. All I gotta do now is get my main cable that's hanging down here. I gotta get it tacked up to the frame and over here, get it up from swinging. And I'm gonna put this one red wire here, the two red wire, which are my amp and my stereo wire. I'm gonna get them in a loom and fix that up. So let me get that fixed up. So there we have it. Got me a nice bracket to hold it here. I got a bracket holding it here, and I got one all the way back to here. That's all nice tucked away. And we're good to go. So there we have it. How to wire a main disconnect for when you have a battery in the trunk. It's not that hard. Just pretty much everything has to come through the switch. Unless you have a one-wire alternator, it's going to have to go straight to the battery to charge the battery. So pretty much it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time.